guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Justine and I don't know what brought you to my page, but I love that for you, I love that for me, and I love that for us. So hope you come back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a little makeup and hairstyling video. So this is the outcome. If you guys want to see how I achieve this look, stay tuned, and I will actually be sharing all of the products that I actually use every single day. And while I do that, I'm just gonna be updating you guys on my life, having a little girl talk with my bestie, relationships, friendships, career, all of that. Okay. First things first, I don't do my makeup traditionally. I think I did a makeup video before and I was like, yeah, I don't do my makeup like everybody else. I do it in like a weird, my own kind of way. And a lot of you guys were like, yeah, you really do. Okay, then what? So I have prepped my skin with toner and I also just did my moisturizer, which if you guys want to know what that is, I put all the products that I use in my skin routine video. Check that out. I have two concealers, one from Tarte and the other from Fenty Beauty. I actually use both for different reasons. The Tarte one, is like a little bit more liquidy and this one's a little bit more thick. So I use this one before and this one after. So you'll see. I start with the Tarte one and just kind of, but anyways, I wanted to chat with you guys since I haven't come on here and updated you guys on my life. The question that I've gotten the most is, are you still moving? Yes. I know that it's been a process. Boy, has it been a stressful one. But yes, I am still moving. We just haven't found where quite yet. When I tell you guys, Adele and I have seen every single building in Los Angeles, every single apartment. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. We've seen a good over like 30, 40 buildings. But luckily, we've been able to narrow it down to which buildings we like the most. So now we're just kind of waiting on the units that we want to come available, which they should be available this month or next month. We're not in too much of a rush because where we're at right now is super affordable, and where we'd be moving, boy, is that gonna be expensive. So I was like, you know what, I'll take the cheap prices for a little while longer while I can, you know, still enjoy having money in my bank account. Love that. Next, I do my eyeshadow, and all of a sudden I'm looking at my eyeshadow palette as I was about to show it to you guys, and I'm so embarrassed at how dirty it is. There's so much makeup on top of it. You know what? This is what it looks like. So I use Morphe. It's like the neutral ones. I spilled my setting powder all over this, so she's kind of a mess, but it's these shades. Y'all get the point. You know which one I'm using, right? But yeah, and my makeup routine is honestly pretty simple and plain and very much I don't know what I'm doing. So I love that for me. Oh, the other thing, Sally and I have gotten so many questions of whether or not we're friends just because we've moved out of the same building. For people who listen to our podcast, we've addressed this a few times. Just because we don't post each other every day or just because we've moved out of the same building does not mean Sally and I are not friends. Like, it's so crazy because she and I like talk all the time. We see each other as often as we can. We had planned to kind of do the same setup we have now of living in the same building, but then it just turned out we both wanted different things, and it's like, it's not the end of the world. We're still gonna see each other. And I think it's like where we're both at suits us so well. Like, Sally belongs somewhere like downtown. She's so happy. Like, it's so much her personality. And you know what? We do a lot of stuff downtown, so it's nice that she lives out there. We have the best of both worlds, basically. So whenever we have stuff out here in West Hollywood, she comes out here, and whenever there's stuff downtown, I go over there. So it's like really the best of both worlds. It worked out nicely. So then I go back with my Tarte concealer. This one is like the lighter one, and I like to put it underneath because I do have some dark marks, as all Black women and most people do. Yeah, so see how that just like blends nicely and kind of covers all the dark marks. And next I do my foundation. I use Too Faced, Born This Way, and the shade is Spiced Rum. I guess the other question a lot of you guys always have is like, what's the dating scene out here? It is rough, let me tell you. I think also because I still have my old dating mentality. I don't want to say regular dating and then LA dating, but I feel like that's what it was. Like before Love Island and stuff, like I would go on dating apps and then would also just like go out and meet people. But now it's so different. First of all, I feel like it's not weird, but I'd feel weird being on a dating app. So now I try to meet people like organically, but even then I just feel like, why am I going to the clubs to meet somebody? The clubs isn't really where I want to meet someone. And the people that I've met at clubs, you guys, it has been rough. Next, I go back with the Fenty Beauty. But yeah, no, it's rough. Guys at the clubs are weird. I have used Too Faced setting powder shade translucent medium like most of my life. They've actually stopped selling these in stores in Ulta, Sephora. Like, you can't find this in stores anywhere. I don't know why, because it's not discontinued, because I went online, bought 2 of them because I was like, well, if they stop selling them in stores, let me stock up. But then in the meantime, while that was delivering, I was out shopping with Sally and I was like, girl, you know makeup, what would you recommend? So she actually was like, try this one. Bruh, it is Laura Mercier Translucent Honey. This one has like actually changed my life. I see such a big difference in my skin, and even people have said like, your skin actually looks like a baby's butt. And I agree, like for some reason I feel like my makeup just looks so much better with this one. The only thing is it's a little bit lighter than the other one. So with that, I usually just use it up here for the under eyes. And then whatever excess, when there's not much left, I like use it on the rest of my face just to kind of take away that oily look. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, I don't do makeup on my forehead because it leaves room for you to like play with your baby hairs and stuff when you're styling it, so then you're not, you know, like spreading makeup. Plus, I already have like a super shiny forehead and it always blends anyway, so I just don't see the need. I usually just do like this powder. Look at my face. Freaking baby's bottom. Are we serious? What are they saying, the dating scene? Oh. This one guy, super cute, right? But right off the bat, I was like, I noticed that he was cute, but then like we started to kind of like all have a conversation and like mingle, and I was like, I don't like his personality. And like, personality is huge for me. You could be the hottest guy, but if you have a crappy personality, takes away from it all. Like, bro, just sit down somewhere, please. And it was like this like cocky, like arrogant way about him, and he just was like hitting on everything that moved, like our waitress, these girls that were going to the bathroom. I was like, but luckily I peeped it and I just was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna. But he was cool and he was my friend's friend, so I was like, you know, we were all hanging out, just making conversation. But then I don't know if like the drunker he got, he started to either want to talk to me or get more confidence to talk to me, or maybe I just started to look better the more drunk he got, because you know, he wasn't like hitting on me like that when I came in. You know, he was just super friendly. This is my favorite eyebrow pencil. It's shaped for brows. But yeah, then he started to kind of hit on me, and I was like, at this point I already know I'm not interested because you just have like, your personality just ain't it for me. And then he'd be like, nah, like I just was nervous to talk to you earlier, you're so beautiful, like all these things, like, you know, saying all the lines that they be saying. Bruh, 5 minutes later our waitress would come with our food and he'd be like, so what's your number? To our waitress, in my face. And I was like, are you serious? Luckily, I was not upset or hurt by this because I was like, bruh, you're proving everything I just said to you. And I'm gonna be honest. I was honest with him and said straight up, I was like, you seem cool as a friend, but I just, you know, it ain't for me, really. Whatever. But I would see him all the time, you know, when we'd go out because we have mutual friends and stuff. He really saw me another night out, slides in my DMs and says, hit my line, and puts his number down. Sir, don't tell me what to do. I like when a guy's respectful of like, hey, can I have your number? Or like, hey, I would love to talk to you sometime. Here's my number. Not hit my line. Ugh, that just really put me off. That's the other thing. I'm learning that I'm picky. But you almost have to be in LA because people are different out here. Different. Okay, next I do my top liner. I use Revlon liquid liner. Guys, the way my eyelids are set up, you can never see my eyeliner once I put my eyelashes on. I don't, like, it's really just for placement. Plus I like how it looks before. I'm like, oh, I really did something. Not me wearing eyeliner like everybody else. Then for my contouring, which I'm really not good at, I still don't even know if I'm doing it right, but I use Fenty Beauty Match Stick. This is how I do it. And I've noticed too in pictures that it kind of does lift my cheek a little bit, but I'm sure makeup people are watching this like, bitch, what are you doing? So I use the same contour stick. I don't do too much to my nose because one, I don't know how to really contour my nose. I'm still learning. And also because I like my nose. I don't like to do too much to it because it's my dad's nose. Aww. And I like to keep the shape of it. So I just do like a little something. Okay, my absolute favorite lash glue, Lash Couture. First of all, I like it because it's black. It blends, like it goes with your liner, your mascara. Like I hate the clear and the white lash glue. And then I like rip my lashes off at the end of the night. It doesn't hurt when you pull it off. And then it dries like a latex, and then it's actually really satisfying when you're like peeling it off. First, I forgot to say my mascara. I just slapped that on. Lashes. As soon as my lash is on, You can't talk to me because I'm so pretty. Next is my liner. I use Maybelline mascara. My last step, the inner corners of my eyes. It's like a light shimmery one that I just take and hit the corners of my eyes. That's done. And then last but certainly not least, I use this highlighter palette. It's my favorite. And it's all a powder, it's not like a cream. Isn't it crazy that I buy this entire thing just for the highlighter? But this highlighter hits. Bustin', look at that. Who's gonna say something? So this is another question that I get a lot on my Instagram, which lipstick I use. I use MAC in the shade High Drama. You can wear it matte and like glossy and it looks good. And I just really love this shade. I usually just line my lips with it. The shade is really, really dark, so I don't like to put it on my entire lip. Once you blend it, it gives it that like ombre effect. See? And then the lip gloss that I use, this is my go-to. I bring it out with me everywhere. It's always in my purse. It's Minty, my favorite gloss. It's not sticky. That's huge for me. I hate sticky lip gloss. All right. Well, I'm gonna do my hair. I haven't quite mastered the whole baby hairs laying your lace, but y'all still compliment me on my hair, so thank you. I appreciate that. First, I would like to talk about this. So whenever I do this little swoop hairstyle that I do, like that side Jones, this is what I use this for, to kind of get rid of the natural part that's in there. What I like. But I usually wear wig grips under all my wigs. I already have one on, but this is what they look like. You can get them off of Amazon. They really keep your wigs on. This is where the closure is. Usually it's supposed to be here, middle part, but it's here. So I shift it to the side, and then I'm coming around to, well, I guess it's close bond, but I use very little. I don't do frontals because I absolutely hate gluing anything. But like I said, I'm coming around to it. Just do a little bit. And this is enough to just come off at the end of the night. Like, I don't like wigs that you sleep with. So I'm gonna move my wig cap and wig grip back up and lay my jaw. I'm not doing this in the cleanest, best way, but you'll get the picture. And then I have to go back and over my baby hairs one more time and just really swoop them. But for my baby hairs, on my natural hair and my wigs, this is the product that I usually use. So for a while I was looking for a product that didn't flake or turn white, and so I found that this doesn't do that. Are you kidding me? I can't find my hairbrush?
Oh, where is my hairbrush?
All right, so I usually split it right in half, start from the back, and just go. This is the curling iron that I use. I have it at 410. I like it really, really hot because it gets the job done. I think some of you guys know I've been taking acting classes for the last several months. And I think acting is so difficult, but also it's fun, and I'm definitely being open to it, giving everything a chance. And my acting coach seems to have a lot more, she believes in me probably the more than I believe in myself, which is good, and I'm working on it. So the other thing that I've learned, there's people who might be more talented than you or just more advanced in a certain skill, but if you have that confidence and you put in that work, you will definitely surpass anybody who maybe is better at that skill than you. And that's what I'm learning, is just like, put in the work, have confidence in what you're doing, you're gonna be just fine. So if anybody else just feels like maybe they just don't believe in themselves and like don't think that they can make it doing something, throw that shit away, bitch, because there's room for everybody. That's what I'm doing in all aspects, in acting, in trying to pursue modeling, trying to figure out just everything. So that's where I am a year later in life in this whole thing. And I feel like I'm proud of myself. This whole past year, I've been super hard on myself because I was constantly like, I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and just constantly comparing myself to people in this industry and just where they're at and feeling like I should be there, I should be doing these things. It was so mentally draining, so emotionally draining, that I had to just stop and just be like, Justine, you're in your own lane, you're doing your own thing, you're working hard. Just because you're not where certain people are at doesn't mean you're not doing a good job and you're not putting in the work every single day. Things are gonna take time, and that's what I'm learning. And oh, it's been a crazy year, but I'm super excited for where things are going. So I have actually been dating. There was somebody that I was kind of like talking to in the beginning stages of like dating for a while. It didn't work out. As you can see, we're not together. Not that you would know. I'd probably keep that private just for a little while until you know it's the real deal, because ain't nothing more embarrassing than posting somebody just to post that you broke up a few weeks later. But the way y'all are detectives, y'all be knowing anyway. But we're still cool. We're still friends, which I like. And it was like so many lessons came out of that. Even though it was for like a short while, I learned a lot about myself, what I'm looking for, what I'm going to give. I will say, maybe I'll talk about it a little bit more in the future. Maybe I'll do a little video about it, because it kind of was technically my first like dating experience in LA. Like, I'm really actually sad that it didn't work out, because I really caught feelings. But the other reason why I've only really like seen or like dated one other person since I've been out here, even though it's been a whole year, is because I wanted to like kind of make sure I was like ready emotionally to put myself through another relationship, you know, emotional potential heartache. Not me being pessimistic and going into every relationship thinking it's not going to work out, but it's fine. At least we're still friends. This is the other thing that I'm learning about LA is people will date multiple people and they will tell you about it. They're like, I'm sort of seeing multiple people at the same time, and you just have to be okay with it. That's just how people in LA are. It's very open out here, I think. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to kind of just giving all of my time and attention and focusing on one person rather than multiple people. It's like, I just don't know how people have energy for that. But to each his own. So that's one side done. So you'll notice the curls are really tight, which looks really cute. I don't mind it, but the next day, once they're a little bit looser, obviously a little bit tighter than this side, that's when it really just looks real good. Would I do another dating show? I think I'm definitely in that place now. I feel emotionally ready to kind of get back out there. And plus, with just the dating experiences I've had since earlier this year, I've learned even more about myself and just more about what I'm looking for and what I want. So I'm definitely ready. I have a better grasp of how I want to date moving forward. I think I went into Love Island definitely looking for something, definitely looking to be in a relationship and settle down. Like, I was really ready to start thinking about kids and all that stuff, but the more I think about it and the more I kind of just see what more is out there in life, I'm like, I'm not sure I am ready to like settle down just yet. Like, I think I want to get a little bit more out of life, challenge myself a little bit more, see what else I can do with my life. Doors should have just really opened, and like skills and things that I want to do that I didn't even know I could or wanted to do a year ago are now coming to light. It's just crazy how life works. It's like you think that you're ready for something, but then life kind of throws some changes, some curveballs at you. So I'm really just talking to y'all like, hey besties, so this is what's been going on. The way I like twist into a pretzel just to do my hair, I'm still learning. I also get a lot of questions about where I get my wigs. Usually on my Instagram, I will tag where I get most of my wigs from. So whichever ones you guys are curious about, just click the picture. I've most likely tagged where I got it from. I won't lie, the really good ones that most people ask about are pretty expensive. So I want to start getting more affordable hair and styling them in a way that people can actually like be able to get them and be like, oh, I can style something like that, but I have to get good at that myself. So I'm done, and usually I'll kind of just let this side cool off, since I just did that last, cool off a little bit so the curls stay, but I kind of want a looser curl, so I'm gonna play with it now, even though I'm still freshly out of the oven. Anyway, so this is my go-to look, and just a quick update on my life. I'm in such a good place just mentally and emotionally. I can't stress that enough. It's been such a hard year, and I love that you guys have been there with me since the beginning. You guys have kind of seen my journey and watched my growth, and I just can't wait to continue to grow. You guys not only see it in me and you encourage me every single day, but I really am starting to see it in myself, and I'm like really loving who I'm becoming, because this level of confidence, this level of growth is something that I wasn't sure I would get to. So many things coming that I'm super excited about. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you, and I'll see you next week. More vlogs to come, I promise.